It's working. Fuck. Fuck me. It's been a week. I got some stuff in the online front done, but a lot of the stuff I got done was in the trying not to be homeless front, so. Which has been going remarkably well, given the fact that it's the silly season when people aren't paying for shit. Oh no, I've got government theft, I'm gonna take that out on workers and tip them lower and give them less gig work. And I'm going to generally be a nuisance for the people who I do work with and get to work for me. I'm a very good person because I adhere to the rules of capitalism. And I also absorb more content online because I'm more upset about government overreach, but I give them less money for talking about it. Yes. Anyway. Fucking... Hello. Earth is in chat. Normally Valor would be, but I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Also, I'm gonna spam this in my server shortly. Weekly discussion stream. Actually, I'll say, and audience engagement. And then I'll spleef out my bleef. Where is anything? Garp, Pobble. There we go. Cool. So, hello to the 2 concurrent viewers watching me mumble incoherently. I bet this has to be the best way you could have spent your afternoon. Evening. It's like, it's something AM somewhere, though. That's the excuse that all these, like, consumerism brands try to get you to buy when they're trying to sell you something that is traditionally consumed at a specific time. They're just like, it's something o'clock somewhere. Yeah, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is, isn't it? Everyone. Well... Cool. So, with that in mind, time to streege the breege. So, I'm gonna have one of these. Tomorrow, there will be 2 streams. The first stream will be on my channel. The second stream will be on Kareem's channel. And the one on my channel will be talking to LP folks who are disenfranchised. It was going to be yesterday. I literally got off work early so that I could do that. And didn't pack enough food to not get off work early so that I could do that. But it didn't end up panning out. I'm not going to saddle anybody with that. I could have probably been much more persistent about reminding folks. But it's going to happen tomorrow. That's for sure. And then afterward, we're going to have a discussion about recent world events, the ISIS bullshit involving Russia, and all that sort of thing on the Essential Libertarians. And I have many quiches that the landlord was going to throw away. He said he didn't like them, and I don't understand. They're fine. I probably wouldn't have paid as much as he did for them, though. That's for sure. These seem like the kinds of foods that you get in bulk at some semi-bougie store where you paid like fucking $8 or $9 for a tray of like 36 quiches, and you're not fucking getting much in the way of nutrition, and you could make the same quiches at home for like $1.50, but you're getting them frozen so that you don't have to worry about how to understand essential skills like cooking and procurement of resources. It's like, it's stupid people quiche, but it's fine. I should advertise. But yeah, lots and lots of stuff going down downtown. Also, I am nearing completion on, I know everybody needed to know that. Um on my fucking anti-Malay article. I want to say that'll be done around Wednesday. And I'm also going to really hammer out some work on some of these graphics commissions that I've needed to finish for a while. The first of which is a business logo for somebody. The second of which are some desktop wallpaper bullshits that that will be filtered through my schizo brain and into somebody else's desktop because they like the way my art looks. And I use the term art loosely because mostly it's just like, hey, do you want to see mental illness and also mental illness? Here's something strained through 800,000 alterations and filters so that it looks like somebody mentally cracked and then made you this. Good. Fucking disease core, I guess, could be the name of the aesthetic. Like, if you look at my thumbnails on my channel, and you're like an outsider to the channel, you're gonna be like, hey, I am leaving. You're just gonna be like, hey, this series of thumbnails seems like evidence that maybe associating with channels like this will put me on a list. And you'll probably be right. Welcome to the list. Also, this fucking lactose-free milk was cheap as fuck, so I'm drinking it. I don't care about lactose-free, and I don't drink milk, but it was like 75 cents for a half gallon, and large amounts of protein, and it comes with fucking lactose enzymes. And I eat cheese, so I might as well. Just before people think that I'm fucking suddenly joining the milk drinking gang. Ah, we got Earth in chat saying oat milk gang. See, okay. Here's my thing. I'll say this after I take a bite out of my unusually large taco. The thing about oat milk is the things you have to do to it to make it milk-like. So the first thing is that basic oat milk is just oats blended with water. And that's fine, right? But the oats blended with water do not stay in suspension. So when the oats are blended with the water, they will eventually separate. This separation has to be prevented by the same kind of separation prevention method of any other thing. You need to build an emulsification. So, you're trying to sell to vegans. You can't use animal fats, so you can't just fuck some butter into it, which would be what I would do because I'm not vegan. Or, even lard. They can't do that, and also they want it to be shelf stable. So that they can store the slurry in warehouses and shit. So, what do? They resort to a bunch of chemical processing and a bunch of fucking seed oil. And the seed oils and the processing and all the little things in it that make the milk milk-like kind of ruin it for the health factor. I'm not gonna, tell people that if it's the only thing that they can have, that they shouldn't have it. I'm not remotely trying to, shit on people who have, like, dietary restrictions. I am saying there's a reason I won't. uh, like the last time I bought oat milk, in order to offset the fact that it's got like toxic bullshit in it, I fucking put it in pancakes and other baked goods to make sure that the oils were offset, and I got the like caramel hazelnut flavor that was in the oat milk fucking forward, um, without sacrificing my health, you know? Says, I still shake it up every time I use it just in case. I don't use a whole ton of milk regularly in general, so I also like that I can have smaller quantities. Yeah. Yeah, like, look, the thing is, just don't replace heavy milk drinking with that and think that you'll solve any health problems. Like, the rate you drink it, probably fine. But, like, if, for instance, somebody drinks like a half gallon milk a day, and then they switch that to oat milk, they're getting heart disease. They're getting diabetes. They might get cancer. Maybe some reproductive bullshit. And I just lost my Oatly sponsorship. And then, like, just realize, anybody out there, that you can make your own oat milk at home without any of those problems, because you can use ingredients that they can't, and because you can just routinely shake it and deal with the fact that it might separate occasionally, sort of like you can make your own homemade completely organic peanut butter, as long as you're willing to stir the jar. But basically, all you need to do in order to make oat milk at home, you need like a sieve or a cheesecloth. You need fucking a small amount of butter or something, like some oil. If you're trying not to use like fucking butter oil, try to use a nut oil, but like much more specifically like a hazelnut ideally. And fucking the flavors, you can just go get some artificial vanilla. It doesn't need to be real vanilla because it tastes the same and it's chemically the exact fucking same. And you do that, you fuck it all together in the blender. And then after it's done blending all these like actual natural ingredients, all you got to do is fuck it into the sieve or the cheesecloth or whatever, and fuck it a lot until it drains all that shit. And then that shit is the oat milk. And you have oat milk. And then you can take that slurry and refine it a little bit in your own house, dry it out, like if you have a dehydrator, just shove it in the oven for a bit, really flat, maybe on some parchment paper, and you've got flavored oats. You've got flavored like oat concentrate that you can use in your baking as a flour or whatever, or cookies, doesn't matter. Because that's the thing. If you start making it at home, all you got to, and like go full or don't, like, because you'll get better flavor this way anyway, and also because it's better for you, get steel cut. Don't fuck with the instant oats. Like, they're fine, but they have so much less nutrition than steel cut. And if you buy steel cut, you'll have steel cut oats, and steel cut oats are great. Like, they chew better. So you get like this stuff that's like as close to whole oat as possible. You fuck it in some water for a bit, you strain it off, you mix in your flavorings and oils, or you could just do that all at the beginning and then fuck it all out of the thing, and you've got oat milk. And just shake it a bit every time you're about to use it, and it doesn't matter. Like, so that's my recommendation. If you want oat milk, it's one of the easiest things you can meal prep. And then you won't have to worry about poisoning yourself at the behest of a corporate propaganda campaign. Hello, Valor. Hello, Cream. Like, so oat milk is one of those things. Like, because it's so easy. And if you've already got, like, oat flour, it's even easier. Because, like, the blender doesn't need to blend it at all. And you just, like, you blend a small amount of it in it to get what you need. And it tastes milk-like. It doesn't matter, you know? And, of course, like, whatever flavor, like, brown sugar, honey, maple syrup, hazelnut, fucking caramel, doesn't matter. You can just fuck it in the thing. Oh! Oh, I didn't even notice that. Yes, we are already at 9,481. Okay. Here, let me fix that. Save. I didn't notice that. That is good to know. Yeah, no. This is 94, I think. Wait, no, it's fucking, it's 95, I think. Let me check. I can check. Imagine if we just zipped forward in time long enough that it'd been 9,000 weeks and I still looked like this. Shit. Yeah. 9481. It's 1984. It's a code. You cracked the code. You stopped me from being able to be Orwell. No, there was nothing behind that title. That was just a fuck up on my part. Yeah, we're on 94. Cool. So when I was about to change the number, it must have fucked something into the shit. I wonder if there is any fucking significance to that number and I just, like, made a secret code word to some, like, Russian hacker agency or some shit. But yeah, I encourage people making their own oat milk if they're going to have it. It's one of those things where, like, you gain nothing. It's cheaper to make it on your own. You gain nothing from buying it from them except their flavors, which you can make on your own. And it's like, yeah, you can literally just, like, make overnight oats, and then in the morning, fuck half of those off into a blender with some water, and you've got shit in it. Oh yeah, I've made overnight oats before. My mom is trying to get me into no-knead bread, where you just put it in the thing, like, and then in the morning you've got bread you can make. You just put it into another thing that you can cook it in, and then it's a thing you can have. And I know why you would do that, because you're, like, Orthodox, and you do things like fasting. So those things are good for fasting, and for obviously breaking fasting. Yeah, why would I ever go out and buy tacos when I could just make tacos? Like, I made this taco. I made the filling. I made the I put the filling on some cheese on a tortilla, and then I folded that over once it was done baking in the oven, and I have a taco. I don't know why anybody would go to a taco joint. I mean, I know why I used to, because I wasn't thinking about making things, but it's like, they're tacos. They're fine. But yeah, I will be on Kareem's channel, who's in the chat, tomorrow to discuss, like, Russia and a bunch of other shit. I'll also be doing a stream on this channel before that about the LP and all that shit. So, expect 2 streams tomorrow. And expect me to be fucking exhausted, because I'll be doing it after work. Because I'm still finishing this trench job that I got. Because there were so many rocks in this soil that I just had to stop so many fucking times. You know? But tomorrow, I'll be working most of the day. Then I'll be coming back and immediately starting to stream. So. What you got to deal with in your group? Yeah, like, there's gonna be a shit ton more content. And the reason I can say that with confidence right now is because, like, I have to turn things around, and I also have to put myself on a schedule. And one of the things that this trench job has done is reset my sleep schedule. So I'll be up earlier, and I should be able to produce more content for y'all when I do produce that content. Oh, also, yes, there is a blanket in the background. That is because the cat has the housemate's cat. No real prompting from me. Has been spending a significant amount of time just sleeping in my room. No idea why. I mean, okay, I think I might have an idea why. That was gross. I think it's because it's generally quiet in here since I'm trying to work. Not a whole lot of movement going around, and so this is a good place to just sort of get some respite. And also probably because it smells odd, and cats like smelling things. But like, the other like, the cat will just come in here and sleep for a significant period of time. Like, this is now an unofficial cat bed. So the blanket is what the cat is laying on right now. So, yeah, not gonna move it. Valor says, Jeremiah, let me ask you this. Do you think a 14 and 10-year-old dating is weird? I think a 10-year-old dating is weird. No matter what the age is. The purpose of dating is to feel out, like, romantic attachment. And if you are starting to develop romantic attachments at that age, you know, I can't really say much because I was starting to get feelings at around 8, right? That started way early. You know, I'm the kind of motherfucker that they built puberty blockers for. And I'm glad that I didn't have any. I'm glad that that wasn't recommended or tried, because, you know, I kind of like being the high-powered motherfucker I am. But, to be super clear, if they are, that's an area ripe for exploitation. And I think that at that age, you know, it's not like you can do much if they want to without being weirdly authoritarian, but like, at that age they really shouldn't be dating anyone, much less somebody who, like, will graduate high school when they're entering it. So yeah, like, there's some issues with that. There's some issues with that. Why? Oh. Okay. Valor says, I can't say a lot because I prefer to keep some of this private, but one of my best friends got forced into a relationship and I thought it was my best friend engaging it. Ah. Well, I hope they can get out, because that's that. If we're on the same page here, which I think we are, yeah, that's weird. It shouldn't be that way, and it's going to end poorly. Statistically, like, even people who meet in high school are fucking very likely to divorce, very likely to split up. And then you add to that the fact that this motherfucker is high school age, senior age, and it's like fucking high school age motherfucker wants to get with late elementary school age motherfucker. It's sus. It's sus. Valor says, it did end poorly and I'd rather talk about this in private. Yeah, understandable. I'll shut up about it now, but that's my impression. That's my impression. my answer is no. But I'm a fucking asshole about shit, so. My answer is there is no circumstance where that would be acceptable. You've got a weird thing for an elementary school kid that's got some complications potentially later on in your fucking life. I'll tell you that. Not to take this too unseriously, of course. You know me well enough by now that I use laughter as a response mechanism to things that I find distasteful. So that's my take. My take is that. Yeah. So that there's also some stuff going on in the background for me of a similar nature that I will not talk about because it might be finally shedding some light on somebody who has been a thorn in my side for a while. So, I'll be seeing if I can actually get that there. And if I can, we're looking at actual very strong progress in an arena that has been... No, not a housemate. Ha! No, if this was a housemate, they'd be, redacted from the lease. I'll say that to say what I want to say in a way that won't get me axed from YouTube. No, this person is just somebody who was way too connected to way too many people for the kinds of shit that they, provided, and also because of the kind of person that they are. And it'll be but one of a long series of houses of cards falling down in terms of some long-term enemies of mine. So, get prepared to watch some Fallout in the next, 3 to 6 months. I got comments about that as well. My hair from multiple people, and I'm like, okay, I it's been like 11 days since I showered, and I got a bunch of dirt in it on the job site. But like and since I'm going again tomorrow, I was like, I'm not gonna do anything with my hair. I'm not gonna take a shower because it's just gonna get dirt in it again. But it's good to know that it looks good anyway, even though it's full of grease and dirt. The hair color hides that very effectively, I think. But thank you, and thank both of you for those comments. Fucking yeah, this is the kind of mini quiche we're dealing with for the people who are here at the beginning of the chat. It's fine. It operates as a quiche. But I guarantee I wouldn't have paid as much as whoever paid for this paid for it. Yeah, I should have left the title the way it is and just fucked with people about it. Be like, yes, we have transcended to the future. Come back like actually like 9,000. I can't math right now. I don't even know how many weeks 9,000 weeks would be in terms of total bullshit. Let me see. 9,000 weeks in years. 172 years. Imagine me 200 years old and still doing this. The answer is no, but I'm glad there's confidence. Imagine, imagine I fucking somehow tootle around to 200 years old and still pissing people off about fucking shit on YouTube. I just feel like some wrinkled fucking testicle fucking with maybe teeth like somewhere sunk back into the fucking cavernous region that is my mouth. And they're just like, yeah, I have heard about the recent economic develops in Syria, Yemenistan, and I understand that everything is going fine there now that we've dealt with the resurgence of the proto-Russians and the neo-Ukrainians, and Israel's making a resurgence because now they're a football team and they lost their country, so that's good for everyone. I just fucking slollop around in a wheelchair like a bastard fusion of like Magneto and Xavier and fucking George Soros. I found like the Fountain of Youth. They were right about adrenochrome. Anyway. See, I gotta make content out of everything, including my fuck up. Don't just monetize your haters, also monetize that which they could hate you for. Earth says, cast iron quiches for the win. Yeah. You can get some real good crisp with that. Yeah, I was like, what's with the title? What does that mean? Does the title... Did I accidentally write down my porn search history? Hope not. Fowler says, a story from my archdiocese from one of our priests. I will wait for you to finish typing that. And take the food out of my beard. Now that I see that. That's annoying. Yeah, okay, cool. Perks of having OBS is you like absolutely do have like a mirror here, so you can sort of see there's a fleck of bullshit over here. There we go. It's like a compact, but it's like reverse direction, so it's hard to tell which side of your face you're supposed to be on. Yeah, this is, by the way, for those of you who wonder why I keep the beard, it's because this is what I would look like without it. I don't know. Like, I've got the jawline, but I'm not gonna do that. There's no reason to get rid of the facial frame here. It shortens the fuzz too much. A story of my archdiocese from one of our priests. When he was at seminary, he was at the cafe during Lent and saw one of the Kenyan priests holding a chicken breast. He asked, "Why are you eating meat during the fasts, brother?" The Kenyan priest responded, "Look around the table and tell me what you see. Who is really fasting?" And around the table was plates highly stacked. Huh. I am not sure I understand the point of that story. I think that might be too orthodox for me. You can explain it, though. Unless there's, like, more to the story and there's just no Kant thing. I'm sure there's more to the story, actually, now that I think about it. But yeah, I'll be getting in my protein. Because after this, even though I've been manning a pick and a shovel for the past several days, wrenching out rocks and moving mud, I need to work out today. No rest days. No rest days means no rest days. Yeah, I'm guessing there's more to this story. I don't know. But anyway, oh yeah, a thing I'm going to discuss more broadly in an actual video is the Willy Wanker situation. Um, and the Willy Wanker situation is this AI author who already wrote 16 books using AI, meaning he didn't write them, the AI did, and published them to Amazon and got enough money together that he could start to do things like hire people and build a production company. Did that, but because he's also a giant hack, his production was overrun with errors. Not only was this a Willy Wonka experience, right? So it should have had like a whole lot of candy and been like wild and wonderful and psychedelic. And if you watch this as an adult too much, you're on a list. Um, you know, this should have been fucking one of those experiences you walk away from remembering it for the rest of your life. But it wasn't, because he wrote the script using AI as well. And because he planned the event using AI, and because he made the images for the promotional materials with AI. And so everybody thought they were going to be stepping into something awesome and psychedelic and shit, and they threw like, so much money at this. And then they get there and it's a dumb warehouse. So I'm going to make a video against AI in the terms of that, because I've been making posts about it, and because a whole lot of intellectually dishonest people don't want to interface with my actual points, so they're just pretending that I made other points, or pretending that my points aren't reasonable, or it's just a tool, bro. I already made a short video for that on Twitter and Facebook, but I'll be making more of a video on that. And then, because this guy was so lack of invested in his project that he completely entrusted it to AI and did no quality control or anything, one of the people that worked for him happened to allegedly, have to throw that word in there to avoid lawsuits, allegedly, fucking the guy who played Willy Wonka allegedly was with a student of his when she was 16 and thought that was legal. But even in this weird nonce-like place of Britain, you can't be in a position of power and also fuck a 16-year-old. That's considered grooming. Because it's grooming. So, if that is true, he's a groomer, and the AI motherfucker would have known that had he done basic research into this person and asked around about him, but he didn't. So here we are. A groomer, a hack, and a slapdash cast made a terrible Willy Wonka, terrible Willy Wonka blast from the past. I wanted to make it finish, but that sounds forced. I don't care. Either way, that's what happened. Also, there's a bunch of other funny shit that I'm probably not going to talk much about in the video, like the unknown. Everybody wanted to focus on that because that guy sold the show anyway, and it's like, yeah, you've just got this guy in a weird mask holding a mirror. The AI came up with that character. You could probably tell, because it's soulless and has no fucking reason. I don't know if the cops got called. I think maybe they did. But, there was certainly things called. Valor says, so in Orthodoxy you need to refrain from meat. The Kenyan priest was eating a singular chicken breast. The other priest was confused, but when he was told to look around the table, he saw plates full of food, while the Kenyan priest only had a single chicken breast. Oh, okay. So, yeah. All right. So the fact that he was eating less, but he was eating meat, sort of showed a contradiction in that. Yeah, okay. I could see that. Especially since that's still something that fucking frustrates me, is that, like, fish is meat. It's not meat because the muscle fiber came from the water. So, for me to hear somebody say, no, I don't eat meat, I only eat fish. No, you're eating meat. You're eating fish meat. That's what meat is. And me, I'm not that. I'm not trying to pretend to have that life. So, you know, not that everybody is, by the way. I'm just saying that, like, I'm not pretending to be one of those people. If you are, fine. But just know that if you say fish isn't meat, I'm criticizing you. Yeah. Valor says, I agree, but for some reason Orthodoxy doesn't consider it to be. Yeah, that seems odd. It seems odd. And it seems like one of those things that would have been, like, addressed at one of many councils, but I guess if you start to build festivals and culture around eating things that, you know, of a specific type, it's going to be hard for people to get out of that ingrained loop. And there's certainly nothing in the Bible that says any of that. Like, oh yes, I remember that part in Proverbs where it said, and then God descended from the heavens and said, yes, meat is only the flesh attached to certain animals. That stuff in the water is fucking okay, I guess. Valor says, also, for some reason, a lot of people have begun hating me since I converted to Orthodoxy. One of my ex-friends said weird things about me, involving me as a priest and doing things to them. Yeah, that's when you find out that you're surrounded by a bunch of toxic people. I would ditch that person instantly. Want to disrespect my fucking faith? I don't have a faith, but if I did, you ain't doing shit about it. You hear? Anyway, probably call this in like 90 seconds. I think it's somewhat run its course. And there will be actual content on this channel by the end of the week, not the least of which is the backlog of spaces, anti-spaces that I have to upload. So, but 45 minutes is probably enough for this particular stream. And it'll let me get to my workout, get them gains, go back tomorrow, blast this job out of the water. Valor says, I've been trying to get people more into faith. I don't want to seem forceful, but I do like trying to get people into a religious life, even if it isn't Christianity. Well, hey, feel free to use the Christianity channel in my in my Discord to talk with BTY, because he's always, and Kano, because they're always down to talk about this. So, Arnie Wari. Yeah. That be it. I will see y'all on the flip, and be sure to tune in to the stream tomorrow on this channel. It'll be at 7 p.m. Eastern. And be sure to tune in to the Essential Libertarians directly afterward for a stream there. Be well all. Smash the fucking state. Huh. You just woke up and sneezed. And went back. Alright, well. Sneeze the state, then, I guess.